So as writers, we know the beginning sets the tone for memoir, and I want you to think about that because today I want you to think about these questions, and I want to teach you that writers will reread the beginning or their lead of their memoir with these questions in mind. They ask themselves when they're reading their introductions, did I create a context and a point of view for my reader? Have I introduced a narrator and or a character? So when you're asking these questions afterwards, a writer will make a plan for how they're going to do this more effectively. And then they redraft their memoirs from start to finish. So we're going to look at this first star columns, characters and dialogue. And I'm going to ask that you pay attention to what I've done. So the writer wrote a beginning that not only set the plot and the story in motion, but also hinted at the larger meaning of the story that will eventually be conveyed. It introduced the problem, set the stage for the lesson that would be learned, or showed how the character relates to setting in a way that matters in the story. Now, how do you get from a 1-star to a 2-star? I want to suggest this. Let's take a look at these two particular memoir beginnings. We have One Step at a Time, and we have Hot Combs, Watermelon, and Hello Kitty Backpacks. Both of these have something in common. They both start with dialogue. This helps us establish a point of view and also some inner thoughts as well. This can help you when you're trying to establish your character. So if you take a look, you'll see that at this point, this person is trying to say a sentence but continues to stutter. And this moment in time, he's starting to realize he's having a struggle with it, but he's able to comment almost on the struggle that he's having, which helps us get to know who he is and what he's trying to overcome. It still sets up the conflict too. Over here we have a sister screaming, "Mama, she bit me again." And then that stupid dog. We also find out, she says, "Tara, don't talk about your sister like that." We find out that this is actually talking about a real person, not a dog. So it helps develop the character's personality for us as readers, that we understand that these sisters might be, or brother and sisters could be very argumentative sometimes and degrading to each other. So if you need a place to start, try with dialogue. Another thing you should do when you're establishing your characters is give evidence about who they are and their relationship with you. In this example, the grandfather gave me my first contact with the written word when I was 5. He took me to the zoo one afternoon. So we know that the relationship is a grandfather, but what's special about it? Over here, Marcus talks about how his older brother and I both love watching funny movies, like Step Brothers and Dumb and Dumber. He's providing evidence instead of just telling us. He tells us how his dad and he support the same sports team, the Green Bay Packers. So these are important little evidentiary drops that you're developing your character with as you begin your memoir. So if you're having trouble and you want to get from a star 1 to a star 2, try these two strategies. Either start with dialogue to establish your point of view and include some inner thoughts, or go ahead and establish your characters by providing evidence about who they are and who they are to you.